Welcome to an early story time with Kevin. It's Tuesday morning, December 1st, and this is the day that my Skidsteer was supposed to be scrapped, according to the gentleman. Haven't really heard from my attorney, but today is the day that he is supposed to be out. Today's the day that I have permission from the property owners to come after my machine if it's still here. So guess what? It's still here. Now, what's funny, not funny, it pisses me off, they did some stuff. When they took the hydraulics off, they bent up the cowling with this chain. So there's some damage that they did. There is no, when you come around here, the final drive is still missing. There is no, this is how I got it. This is how my machine is. There is no, there is no, this is how they left it. Just abandoned it. They were working on it. I'm supposed to pay them $400 for tearing it down, pulling the final drive off, tearing the final drive apart, ruining the final drive, because it drove before, ruining the final drive, and leaving it this way for me to get. So now, when I brought it to them, sorry, I gotta go. Don't have time to stand around. Standing around don't make no money. Brought it to them running, drivable. I parked it there myself, and they why in God's name did they lift that whole boom housing up to pull that track off? You know, I'm a youngin' in some people's world. I've been around very long. I've got a brain injury. I don't know a lot of stuff. Sometimes you just gotta look at some things that people do. You shake your head and wonder what on God's name were they thinking? Because I mean, come on, look at this. Look at this. You the track is down there, and I've pulled the mini track and put a mini track back on without the bucket being way up there. And they bent the cowling that goes over. I mean, it just, they bent the hood, or whatever you want to call it, that drops down over the engine with that chain that's holding the bucket, when you have a scotch that holds a safety scotch that holds the arms up, and the bucket would have just flopped down, which is fine. Let the bucket flop down, it ain't hurt nothing. The hydraulics would have let it flop down because they got no. I just. The logic. See, I would have wanted to use the bucket to do something down here. I would have thought. However, the way this guy's argued with me and his logic, his argument with me in money, in his logic in trying to get his money, speaks volumes to his stupidity in his way of thinking. And yes, if you, I hope you look me up and you watch this video, because yeah, he goes, I told him, I said, well, let me come get my machine off the property so they don't do anything with it, and then we'll get settled up. Let's get it out of there. Let's get it taken care of. If you're having trouble moving, if you're moving and you don't have the capability of moving the machine, let me come help you get it moved, and then let's deal with money. And he's like, oh no, you gotta pay me first. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then he's like, I'm like, okay. And so if I don't pay you and you can't move it, you gotta leave it there, and you move and you gotta leave it there, and then the landlord has to do something with it. Well, he goes, I guess I'll lose either way. Okay, well, he threatens me with the landlord's attorney, and landlord's gonna do all this stuff. And then I said, all right, fine, give me the landlord's information, give me the landlord's property owner's attorney's information. So he gives it to me. I might have said this in one of my other, I don't know, I can't remember what I said. Anyways, it's my attorney group. They're my attorney, my divorce, and this attorney are partners. So I talked to him and I said, look, this is my machine down there. He won't let me move it. I said, but I'll get it after the first. This is not abandoned. I said, he just won't let me get it. Here's the situation. And this attorney's like, I got nothing to do with it. I don't want in it. And I said, that's fine. I'm just telling you, if your customer or if your client wonders why that machine's sitting there and not moved, I said, it has nothing to do with, the rock hard, whatever this guy is. He's rock hard on something, but he's going to try to claim that I've abandoned it or something like that, and I haven't, and that I'll come get it. Well, since it's my attorney too, that backfired on this guy, and they said, well, come get it after the first. So I've got permission. He thought I wouldn't have permission to come down here and get it after the first, and I was going to be screwed, and he was wrong. I got permission, so it's after the first. It's the first. It's still sitting here. So we're gonna talk to my attorney. I'm supposed to have a meeting of creditors today again with the Secretary of State and all that. Anyways, so we'll have that meeting, and we'll hopefully the bankruptcy will get finalized. Insurances are supposed to be all finalized today or tomorrow, and made the first payment Friday. The weather's looking good. I might smile, but I can't promise anything. It's been a rough road. It's been a rough couple weeks. I've been yelled at a lot. I don't like getting yelled at. I don't think anybody does. this brain injury stuff's hard to recover from. Emotional abuse is hard to recover from. You know, being yelled at brings back those memories of emotional abuse, and the stress of the brain injury and trying to recover and go is difficult. So you put those two together, and it's a long road. I have wanted to quit recently. Like, I have put a lot, I've sacrificed a lot in the last few months, and I've almost lost it all because of some stupid stuff. I feel like, and I've lived ways that without power, in an RV, just the house is trashed, the dogs have just destroyed it. I gotta go in there and just throw everything away. I lost it all. It's literally starting over. And I don't even have the energy to do it. I feel I have nowhere to get warm. There's a lot that just struggling last night. I really struggled last night. Actually, I think I slept in the truck most of the night. I think it was about 6:30 this morning. I woke up and lay down in the RV. Sacrifice hard, trying to make ends meet to survive and pull back together. And the thing is nobody sees those things. Nobody really sees and acknowledges those little things you do to make it. They only see your failures, and that's the rough part. Anyways, this video is getting too long. Storytime Kevin's over. I hope you have a blessed day. Stay strong, even when it's hard. That's the whole idea about these videos, is to let people know that it's okay to struggle. It's okay to not be okay. It's okay to fail, and it's okay to talk about it. Because if we don't talk about it, if we don't let others know that we struggle, if we don't get it out there, that's going to be the problem, and that's going to be when, you know, there's issues. Look, I've never really been suicidal. I've never had problems like that, and I know other people do. And it's in the moments like what I'm going through that people get there. And people need to know it's okay to talk about this stuff, because it's in those moments, it's in these moments that people get suicidal, and they need to know that it's okay to talk about. One, you can talk about being suicidal without someone throwing you in the loony bin, and without someone trying to commit you. You know, there's been a stigma around that, and it's not healthy. We've made it so that people don't want to talk about it, and that's bad. You can talk about it. There are those of us out there that will listen, that are not going to go throw you in the bin, report you, and commit you because we care. We'll listen, and you know, this I'll listen. And my channel has got one follower, but she'll pass it on and she'll listen. She's awesome. She's the reason that I'm now making videos and passing them on. I've been planning to do this, but she inspired me to go now. Depression is an issue. You can talk about it. People will listen without judging you. There are people that will, and there's help out there. Don't wait. I've gone through depression and waited, and you know, it's miserable. You know, you better off getting the help rather than not. And luckily, I got out of that. I got the help, and you know, now for me now, I struggle less with the depression than I do just the stress. It's stress for me now. It's just like, just stress. I don't know. There's some people that think I might struggle with depression, but I don't know that I agree with them. I'm going to get counseling anyways, just because counseling's good. I don't know if I agree with the depression part, but I'm not going to start that argument just because, you know, like I said, I agree with counseling. I know a good counselor. I'm going to get involved with her just because I think she would be on board with my ideas and my mission anyways, and she would she's a healthy counselor, and I believe a healthy person needs to get counseling. It's like checking the hood, you know, you gotta get your oil checked every now and then. The counseling is counseling is getting your oil checked. Sometimes you gotta top off the oil. That's what counseling is. So you gotta talk about this stuff. You can't keep it in. A lot of people do, and we got a stigma around it. We gotta quit doing that. We got, especially with teenagers that are committing suicide and all that, and adults that feel like they can't talk about where they're at. It's okay. Y'all can talk about it, and bring it on. I mean, there's those of us out there that listen, and you know, there's those of us that have been through a lot, and we get it, and you know, we're not afraid to talk about it like some people are. You know, we're not shy about it anymore. You know, once you've embraced it, once you've been through it, it's like, yeah, whatever. Let's talk about it. Let's have a conversation, and I'm more than happy to. If anyone ever comes across any videos I have and they want to talk about any type of a depression or anxiety or stress or anything that I may or might not have been through, head injury issues, business issues, equipment getting destroyed issues, taken away, bankruptcy issues, you know, I've been through a lot. I'll talk about any of it. I got nothing to hide, nothing to lose, and anyways, again, this video is getting too long. Just want to make it clear that it's okay to talk about this stuff and get the help. I'll try to throw some links in the, links in the description for help on awareness for memory loss and things like that too, because evidently that's what I'm struggling with. Obviously, suicide awareness and depression and stuff like that, because you gotta get that help, and obviously memory loss. But that's one of the level of problems we gotta. That's one we're never gonna be able to tackle, especially when it comes to me. Have a blessed day. Welcome to December, and we'll have a new video of the adventure of getting that machine, because it's gonna be fun, because it doesn't drive under its own power anymore. If I have, yeah, we'll see. I'm not gonna even spoil that. We'll figure out how we're gonna load that thing up, and yeah, we'll get that later. Y'all have a blessed day. Take it easy. Bye.